or striking with River Shaper just got maximized and even got him up back to 20 from 6. Anyway, we're going on to the next match, and it's going to be the Darius Draven deck with TanyaWannabe going with. Oh wait, well yeah, Darius. This is Darius Draven. Yes, this is the Darius Draven deck with the Noodle going for the same deck.
Yeah, he is going to try to get this win with the Pirate Burn deck, and TanyaWannabe has a nice opener here. He can prevent a lot of damage with the Ice Veil Archer on turn 2, and he also has the Yeti early, so it gets discounted as the rounds go. And it's going to be it looks like a toss-up from the mulligan here, and he does go for an Ice Veil Archer onto the 1/1, trying to get that 2/2 attack so he can block it with one of his creatures. And Noodle here does have a nice mid-rangey hand, as well as TanyaWannabe. So it's going to come up to where who can control the mid game and start dishing out more damage than their opponent.
That's right. Looking at the hand of Noodle right now, he looks like he has a good curve right there, Zero Infinity, because he can draw out a lot more minions. But the problem is this is going to be open damage coming from TanyaWannabe, considering that the Fearsome unit is not going to be left uncontested, and there's a Raider right there that's going to be appearing on drawing out from TanyaWannabe's deck. This is actually a good curve. Do you agree, Zero Infinity, for Noodle?
Yeah, it's a pretty good curve with the smaller units coming into play, and of course Draven already there. He is going to play a huge factor in defense, since a lot of the creatures on board right now are not able to trade with him. So Noodle here is thinking about if he should go for a Spray Fin or he should go for the open attack. Personally, I think the open attack is just much better here, because you can just push in more damage that way, because the Zap Spray Fin wouldn't do a lot for your board state because it's unblockable anyway. And it can, if TanyaWannabe here goes for development, which he will, it's going to be hard for him to attack with creatures, since now there are going to be 2 favorable blocks now on TanyaWannabe's side, and that's exactly what happened with the Zap Spray Fin development.
That's right. And when you say favorable attack, this means that there's going to be value trades, and the minions are going to survive, but you're going to kill off a lot of minions in the process, and that's what's happening right now. Dreadshot, Corsair, House Spider are going out of the match into the graveyard, and you can see the Yeti survives as well as Draven, while developing a lot of axes that can be used in the future turns.
Yeah, and it's looking pretty good here for TanyaWannabe. There is only small creatures on the side of Noodle with like 1 and 2 toughness on the board. If he goes for a GP development, it's going to be difficult for him, because the barrel can just get dragged by one of the overwhelmed creatures. And now it is TanyaWannabe applying pressure onto Noodle with attack with the Yeti and the Draven. Quick Strike is going to play a big factor here. There is nothing on the board that can trade with the Draven, and you can make a choice of possibly using the Noxian Fervor to try and relieve some of the pressure coming in from TanyaWannabe's side, but I think that is best reserved for face damage in the future, since he right now in the hand of Noodle, he has around 4, 8, 11, 14 damage already, and if you count the barrel in the count, that is exact lethal with 14 damage on the just with direct damage in the hand of Noodle.
That's right, that's right. This is going to be a lot of direct damage coming from Noodle, and another Decimate is going to be on his hand right now. 2 Noxian Fervors, 2 Decimates. That's a total of 4, 8 plus 6. That's going to be 14 as of the moment. And again, as you said, 15 if you count the keg that's going to be coming from Gangplank. I'm very curious as to how he's going to develop this. Do you want to put in a Gangplank right there and just maximize or just count on the keg, or do you want to just push on more damage I don't know. This is
Uh,
very hard decision for Noodle.
Honestly, the next turn is going to be Noodle's last turn. There is a Battle Fury in hand. So I
Oh
think
yeah.
Noodle is just one turn short of finishing the game with direct damage, especially with the Ice Veil Archer. As Gangplank comes down, there is an immediate Ice Veil Archer now going onto the Gangplank, and there is the barrel all the way down there, and he is just. I think an open attack here is the optimal play. Just drag the barrel onto one of your uh, overwhelm units, and you have lethal here with a bunch of axes in hand as well as Battle Fury,
That's right.
and that's going to be hard for Noodle to deal with.
Cut my name into ya.
Right, this is going to be the last turn for Noodle, and he doesn't have any more reactive pieces on his hand as of the moment, considering that he was supposedly the aggressor. Although, of course, TanyaWannabe is kind of an aggressive, is using kind of an aggressive.
Crying won't do any good. I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah, and Battle Fury here is going to be key in keeping his board in trying to get the win here. But I think there is an out now that I think about it. With double Noxian Fervor available for Noodle here, he is going to be able to snipe one of the creatures if the Battle Fury goes on to a different creature, right? So because that's 7 damage, and I think anything that the Battle Fury goes on to will get killed off by double Noxian Fervor. But opting to play it safe here, he is just going for a axe that is going to be lethal now with 3 damage coming in, 3, 7, 10 damage exact now on the board, and Noodle has to respond.
That's right, and Noodle has to respond. It's going to be very tricky right now. He can go and try to remove some of the opposing forces right there. But again, as you said, Zero Infinity, there is still Balfour right there on the side of TanyaWannabe, which can effectively finish him off. And there you go, Noxian Fervor goes into... There you go! That's the finishing turn right there. More than enough to finish off using the Battle Fury on the Ballista. And that's going to be 2-1 in favor of TanyaWannabe. Oh, man.
Yeah,
we were expecting quick games a while ago, but yeah, go.
Yeah, I think definitely the axe play there, being really disciplined, just not overextending at all, just giving it the exact lethal, and then waiting for your opponent to react to the lethal play was crucial there, because if he rushed the Battle Fury, it might have been a different story. If the Noxian Fervor went onto the Battle Fury creature, it would have been much harder for him to win.
That's right. And looking, Noodle's still looking at the iterations right now, and it's going to be still a win in favor of TanyaWannabe. And this is again a Darius Draven deck, and we did see the Darius, but the Draven very well as a champion dealt so much